He is a consultant mentor for many organizations to scale up. So let's welcome Mr. Parag sir.
Good evening. So I'm going to start speaking right away. Thank you, Sushma, for giving me opportunity. Uh, so on one side, look at the one side of India. Amazon, Facebook, LinkedIn, internet, everyone is simplifying the process of business. So we just heard from European people that all European purchasing people are there on the LinkedIn. We just heard uh, both the European people saying that there are exhibitions, there are databases. So you just Google, I want to find a buyer, and you get it. Is it that simple? Is it very simple to get the international buyer? Is it very simple to get buyer in the country that we have no idea about? And I think that is the major $1,000,000 question. And so on one side, when we see all the process, internet is making it very simple, look simple. We could not even find a buyer for our product in the domestic market. When we go out 3 kilometers from our place, and we have to sell fruits, vegetables, we have to sell organic material, we have to sell ready to cook food, we have to sell services. We need marketing and sales. We still need knowledge. We still need data which we can convert into the knowledge. And that is why we need to understand the complexity of doing business in future. So I have about 10 points which I want to talk to you. The point number one is Make in India. So what is Make in India? So post COVID, what is the importance of Make in India? Now, there was time 60, 70 years back when there was made in Germany. There is still time made in Germany. We just heard a German person saying, when it is made in Germany, you just forget about everything else. Your product is quality, your product is great. Now, this is something a Make in India has to understand, that if we want to supply globally, we need to have global standards and not the Indian standards of quality. And it is not difficult now. As I said, we can Google and understand what is the German standard, what is the American standard of quality. And that is where I feel the point number one is, please understand, when we want to find a buyer overseas, the first thing which we need to know is what is Make in India. Okay, what is a perception about Make in India, and how, if it is better, then how we can make the best. If it is worst, how we can at least make it good. Number two, product, team, and market. The future business is complex, as I said. It's not easy, because there were days 20, the Bajaj Auto scooter, and the Bajaj Auto will tell you, you ask your fathers, Bajaj years. Now, within a month, you get your scooter. Even if you go with the credit card and walk into the showroom, you might get the model if it is available. So we are in a changing time where demand versus supply has completely changed everywhere. So your product is very important. Look into your product. Look into your team. You need good people. So proprietary businesses, if they are thinking to export, forget about it. There are no proprietary business which can do export. I am blunt on this, but you need a great team. You need a great collaboration. You need great partners to be successful in the business. Lastly, market. So I tell this to everyone. First, look at the product market fit. When I say product market fit, look where your product is in terms of that particular market. So your product may be qualifying all the quality standards, but look at the product and the market, whether it fits there. Lastly, the next point, the third point is about the micro entrepreneurship. There is tremendous potential in Indian startup ecosystem. We became third in last 2 years. During the COVID times, there are a lot of money flowing in the Indian startup ecosystem. So the money is not a problem. You will be funded. We will help you to fund if required by the venture funds. But you need to have a great product, great team, and market should be before entering market. is understand this step-by-step process. Export is a process of patience. There cannot be a quick success. If somebody tells you, I know somebody in US, and you just heard Deepa saying about an Iranian market. It took her patience for 2 years to develop Iranian market. So nothing is easy here. You need to have patience and adopt step-by-step process. Number 5, digitalization. Now, as I said to you in the beginning, a lot of things in the world has got simplified because of Facebook's, LinkedIn, so everyone is digital today. Everyone is on the Zoom, everyone is on the Facebook, everyone is on LinkedIn. But the major thing in this point, I will tell you, which is missing, is the content. If you do not have content, you might have thousands of followers. There is no use of that. So, a content is the first thing before you go digital. So think about what is your product is all about. What are the characteristics of the product? What is the feature? How it is helpful to the customer? And then adopt the digital marketing strategy. So before doing that, understand what is a culture, what is the language. I think somebody talked about it. So understand the country, its history. It is important to understand that. Otherwise, you will not able to do business in that country. Next is risk and rewards. So risk and versus rewards. Again, I want to talk about this point in this fashion, that risk in Iranian market, somebody mentioned there is a lot of risk, but I tell you the rewards are also very high. You are replacing expensive American and European products with Indian products. You are competitive. I remember a story when I used to go to United States, when the American buyer used to ask me loads, I was never a competitive person. Chinese used to get the orders. But when it is a small container load, 1 container load per month, I was always competitive. I was always good in quality. So understand what are your strengths in selling as an Indian, as an individual as well. So, Iranian market, I think we have a separate program on how to export to Iran, how to find buyer in Iran. And I request all of you to go through that. Next is, country specific. While choosing your country, first, I think this point also has come during the discussions with respective country representative, that you must do market research, understand that country, understand the history of the country, culture of the country, and then only enter in that country. Understand the cost of logistics, understand the paperwork, understand the compliances, understand the regulatory framework, understand the socio-economic things over there, understand how your payment is going to come. So all these things are absolutely necessary when you select the country. Next point, education versus skill, or I also call it data versus knowledge. Please understand, Google can give you every possible data, but to convert it into knowledge, there is, I keep hearing this now, that everything is digital, everything is online, everything is on Zoom. Physical marketing will never end. Meeting your customer once, if you get an opportunity, is important. So it is not going to end. So please understand this very well, that everything will not be virtual forever. There will be something physical. So something that you need to note down. Last point, I feel what has come after COVID is a beautiful thing, that I remember seeing Sushma going to every possible city in India delivering lectures. And of course, the cost of the lecture was very high because she has to select hotels, she has to book flights, she has to go for a couple of days, and the cost of her courses were very expensive. But now the things have changed with the Zoom and the Google Meet and the Microsoft Teams and online YouTubes, everything, what it has bought is a competitiveness. So I can see her courses are available right from 199 rupees to 1000 rupees. Now, this is something which has not just Sushma has done, or the entire export import knowledge has done, or the knowledge is flowing, but everywhere. I mean, I consult 3 of the hospitals and the doctors, and what I see, they're teaching the upcoming doctors. And you know what is the cost? They take around 800 US dollar, which is about how much? 60,000 rupees. Previously, for a doctor coming in the market to learn a particular skill, he has to pay 4, 5 lakh or 10 lakh rupees. Now it just comes in 50,000 rupees. Similarly, Sushma's courses probably were very expensive. Now we can learn that, we can build our knowledge very quickly. There are many things which are free as well. Make use of it. But at the same time, spend money for building your knowledge. Choose carefully, but there are number of export courses which can help you build your knowledge before entering in the market. So that's something from my side. I'm sorry, we are already late. So Sushma, I request you, I stop here. And if anybody has any questions, I'm free to answer that. And thank you once again for giving me opportunity, Sushma. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Parag sir.